Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Meeting of the Minds Summit. During this time of uncertainty, it's my hope I can grow it forward in the world of loyalty and rewards marketing. I don't have to tell you the world has changed, but it's changed in the world of rewards marketing even before the pandemic. Consumer trust is at an all-time low. We are inundated with offers and open rates are dropping. What I'm trying to share today is ways to be mindful and help your brand stand out. As Tracy Levine says, this is a black swan moment, a short-term crisis that can create a long-term opportunity. I'm Jill Goldworn, the founder of thefirstclub.com, a digital rewards platform that offers brands the opportunity to reward their customers and employees worldwide through millions of choices of low-cost instant rewards. I started this company to meet a need in the marketplace to deliver rewards where people are, how and when they want them. Entertainment is a big driver. People are passionate about the movies, music, sports they watch and listen to, and they want to be rewarded in a way that they care about. So what is loyalty marketing? Well, it's before it was simply what are the immediate benefits to my business and how such a program can drive awareness and generate revenue through higher purchasing, increased acquisitions, and of course breakage. Due to access of information in a mobile-first world, it's migrated to who the brand is, what values you stand for, and how you demonstrate it. And the touch points and channels have multiplied. It's becoming harder to reach a consumer because they're more inundated with offers. So the goal is to keep your customers happy. And I'm here to tell you some techniques and tools you can use to try to determine that. Most important thing is ask the right questions. Define who your customers are and why they buy, and deliver more value than they expect repeatedly. That helps you develop a bond. Rewards in and of themselves are transactional, but they can lead to more referrals if you convert transactions into loyal customers. High consumer expectations present a huge challenge for marketers as consumers seek proactive service, personalized interactions, and connected experiences. Loyalty programs could be unique stewards of the brand relationship in an era of personalization and one-to-one marketing. A focus on digital right now could help brands more successfully meet customers' needs and get those referrals. There's a big difference between a satisfied customer and a loyal customer. Loyal customers will buy again without discounts and incentives. Examples of this might be Apple Computer, Starbucks, Amazon Prime, certain things like the experience matters, right? So convenience, getting the expected service and experience that you want is critical to driving people to purchase from you again and again. You can't make people love you, but you can create relationships that change behavior. And that's the ultimate goal of all loyalty programs. People who need your product most may never buy it. Companies that don't uncover the why don't create meaningful relationships. So the most important thing in establishing your program is to understand your why. Why do people buy your product over the next one? Purpose of a business is to create a customer who creates customers. Loyalty is doubly important when customers have more choices than ever for where to shop, and it's a powerful revenue driver. For e-commerce stores, 40% of revenue is created by 8% of the purchases. So while convenience is definitely a motivator for a lot of customers, relevance and personalization are even more important. And a solid loyalty program allows brands to offer experiences at scale and figure out what drives customers to take an action. Brand partnerships can be an effective way to broaden appeal and build trust. Most brands are now focusing more on consumer loyalty versus acquisition. Several major shifts that will become permanent going forward. Giving somebody something that they don't expect. So here is a trusted brand, Coca-Cola, giving customers a free playlist, and IHG is spending the money to give customers something for free that they didn't expect, just to engender that loyalty and that feeling of they care about us. There's more emphasis now on social media than ever before. Going forward, social is going to be a critical, important part of the whole loyalty focus. People complain more than they compliment online, and a brand has to be ready to deliver on that promise. The customer's always right, even when they're obnoxious. So make sure you support their worries, their fears, especially in this time, over communicate, and make sure your brand values are consistent through all your messaging. Customer service is a critical component of the sales function, delivering ROI. Brands spend up to 11 times more on recruiting new customers than retaining existing ones. And creating customer satisfaction is priceless. A loyalty increase of 7% can boost lifetime profits per customer by as much as 85%. And a loyalty increase of 3% can correlate to a 10% cost reduction. So spending that money, listening to your customers, solving their problems, and taking them seriously is one of the most important and profitable things your company can do, especially in this time, because losing customers just isn't an option now. One of the biggest drivers of loyalty programs is creating customer data. But what you do with the customer data is the most important thing. You can't just collect it. You have to listen and use it to deliver more value. Lack of trust can be a deal breaker. 43% of customers switch providers because they lost trust in the company. And 38% said their loyalty to brands is more delivered by trust, according to Accenture. So listen on all forms of social media, and as Bill Gates says, your most unhappy customers are your greatest source of learning. Another way to generate revenue is to get your rewards right. Give people rewards that they are driven to, make them personal. So the whole key here is, if you're collecting the data, you know what people are buying, you know how often they're buying it. So why don't you give them rewards that relate to something they've told you they've wanted? One of the most frustrating things can be when every time you book a flight with a carrier, you always go on a Caribbean vacation. You love beaches, you love umbrella drinks, and you love all kinds of fun things assorted with water sports. And then to be getting a special offer to go on a ski vacation when you've never shown that that's something you're interested in makes you feel like the brand doesn't care about your business. So it's really important to give people the right rewards and make it easy to use the rewards, redeem them quickly and easily, and communicate the value prop. The most successful programs have small, achievable rewards at the beginning, and then they grow and create these aspirational and personalized experiential rewards over time. And when the data tells you to change, pivot. It is the most important thing. Your customers' need might change. They might not have the same job that they had when they started with you. They may not travel to the same degree. Their family situation has changed. So pay attention to the data and use it effectively to deliver a reward that's meaningful, and that will create lasting loyalty. There's a trend in the US for rewards to promote a substantial cashback offer, and they appear high value to consumers, but they require high spending thresholds, redemption limits, and/or tight expiration dates. And what that does is drive customers away from your program instead of drive them to your program. Here are a list of things that help to have a more effective reward platform. I'm not going to read them to you, but it's easy to see that exclusive access is key. Social sharing is key. Make your rewards an Instagrammable moment, something very cool that nobody else has access to, and that's going to make them remember your brand. As with any relationship, communication is key. And in a post-COVID world, it's going to be even more so. People need to understand how you're changing your program. In certain instances, like with Delta announcing that they're not going to expire points, IHG is giving you more time to allow those points for you to use those points. And it's important to do all of this with empathy, to not just make your communication about your program, but talk to them about what's happening. Tell them how you're going to do what you're doing in a different world. Use all sorts of ways to communicate, and don't allow anything to put you out of business. Pivot and continue reinventing and putting out new problems that solves today's problems, and share your mindset in a way that's relevant to your consumers. Part of making messages and offers relevant to your customers is ensuring that they're also relevant to the context of what's happening in the world. Showing care for your customers beyond their purchases may not make you money today, but it's going to turn one-time customers into loyal ones in the long run. This is the time to do well by doing good. People turn to brands they trust, so they need to trust you in this time. Here in Santa Barbara County, there are so many wineries giving away free wine to healthcare workers, hospital workers, people on the front line. There are restaurants and groceries delivering free food. Our religious institutions are making food for free, and my kids and I deliver them every weekend. It's an important part of what your brand stands for, and make sure you communicate that too. Determine how you'll do what you do in a different world. If it's possible, marketing is even more important post-COVID. The worst thing to do is to stop spending on outreach. You have to get ahead of the story. You have to explain what your solutions are, why being loyal to your brand is important for a customer, and what you're offering to the community at large. Share this with them, not to get them to spend now, but to get them to spend when they can, and to spend with you. Companies that deliver value in downtimes are overall more profitable. So think about ways you can give them payment holidays, obviously discounts and free shipping to get people to buy, but also just to say we're thinking of you. Reward those who've stayed with you with premium services. Grocers are a perfect example of this. They know all your data. They know what you buy. If you're low on toilet paper, or you're low on flour or sugar, maybe email your customers who you know have purchased that in the past and give them a little opportunity to get ahead. We'll save this if you buy this before noon, so that those customers understand that you shopping with them is meaningful to you as well as to them. Some final thoughts. How you do anything is how you do everything. So be consistent and authentic, and always give people more than what they expect to get. I hope that you felt like you got more today, and that there was something that was meaningful for you. And if that's the case, please reach out to me at Jill at the First Club, and I'm happy to have any continuing conversations about what you've seen here. And remember to focus forward. Kate Zabrinsky says, the customer's perception is your reality. And that's really what it's all about, is the customer. And brands that think about humanity and beyond the bottom line will survive this pandemic. So be one of those. Thank you for being here today. I hope that you all stay safe, at home, and healthy through this crisis. And we'll see you on the other side.